Hey everybody, Scott Jansen here. Welcome to this video. So in this video, guys, I'm going to answer the question of how long should a coaching package be? What is the duration? What is the time? How do you create and set up the right coaching package that's going to give your clients, whether you're a coach or a hypnotherapist, RTT, or even NLP, that's going to give your clients the best results? So before we get into the content, guys, make sure you jump down into the description. You go ahead and check out our new webinar showing you how to build your coaching, hypnotherapy, RTT, and even NLP business from scratch, without using funnels, without using paid ads, without giving away 5-day free challenges, or without any marketing know-how. So guys, go check that out in the description. Click on that link, it'll take you straight into the webinar, and I can show you how to build your business from absolute scratch to getting your first of many high-paying clients into your business. So guys, let's dive into this. So as I said, we're going to be answering the question of how long should a coaching package be? So if you've ever wondered this for yourself, or you've been trying to research this topic, you'll find that there's so much misinformation, and even just information in general, from people talking about you have to do, 3-month packages, 6-month packages, 12-month. I've even seen 24-month packages for coaches and therapists trying to sell these things to their clientele. So what I want to do today is answer the question of what you can do, the way you should actually put your packages together, the time and the length and the duration of what these packages should be, and ultimately what's going to help you in your business to move forward, scale, and give you more time for the things you need to do. So the best place for us to start is I want to give you guys this analogy, and we talk to our students about this in our 100K coaching program. We talk about something called perceived value, because a lot of coaches and therapists, and I was included when I first started as a therapist, I misunderstood value. My perception of value was like most people. When we think of value, when we think of spending money, let's say an example would be like groceries, okay? You would expect to get more groceries for your money. So we take that analogy into, the real world, into our business as well. And we think, well, perceived value, if I'm going to raise my prices, Scott, I've heard you talk about raising prices before, we have to demand a really high price. In that case, does that mean I have to give away more things? Do I have to give my clients more time, more sessions, more hours, more things, more workbooks, more audios, and more of everything? Well, I'm about to answer that question. So let me give you this analogy. Just imagine this, guys. You have an infected tooth and are in a lot of pain. A dentist said it will take 20 minutes to completely heal your mouth, teeth, and gums 100% healthy and clean. So he's going to fix your infected tooth, going to make everything feel really good, completely get rid of the germs, make everything really, really healthy and clean, 100% guarantee, okay? But this total is $2,500. It's going to cost you $2,500 for 20 minutes worth of work to completely heal your mouth, teeth, and gums 100% clean and healthy. But the cost is $2,500. So guys, what's the thought you have in your mind right now? Are you thinking, wow, like 20 minutes worth of time for $2,500? That sounds like a lot for 20 minutes worth of work. So as I said, it's 20 minutes worth of work. Is $2,500 worth it to you? So what's happening inside your mind? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are your thoughts? So the second scenario is, let's say you go to another dentist that instead of taking 20 minutes to completely heal you, it'll take 7 visits at 1 hour per time. So 20 minutes in contrast to 7 hours. But if you do the 7 visits at 1 hour, it's only going to cost you $1,000. Remember, you have an infected tooth, you're in a lot of pain. You can't deal with it anymore. It's coming to the point where it's just unbearable. You've got a choice though. Do you go to the first dentist that'll take 20 minutes to heal your mouth completely? Or do you go to the second dentist for only $1,000, but you have to spend 7 hours with this person, back and forward to the dentist 7 times, in your car 14 times, because you've got to drive there and you've got to drive back. So think of the time and the effort that goes into this, but you only have to pay $1,000. So which do you pick? Which one sounds more valuable for you? Inside your mind, where do you see the perceived value? Well, either way that you're going to choose, I want to show you how this contrasts into a coaching package, because for what a lot of people, they might think, wow, $1,000 for 7 visits. Well, I can save $1,500. I'm just going to go with the 7 visits at 1 hour. But if you understand the way that we see perceived value, and what I'm about to show you to really show you what perceived value is, I'm going to show you how this 20 minutes worth of work is actually more valuable than $2,500. I'm going to prove the point as to why paying that $2,500 in total is going to give you your future back quicker. Means that it's going to heal everything quicker. So when it comes to our coaching packages, our programs, even our individual sessions with clientele as a therapist, a coach, NLP, even RTT, I want to show you why spending far too long with clientele is actually going to have a negative effect on your business, enable you to scale your business, and also cause a lot of issues with your clientele moving forward. So that's the perceived value, guys. Let's get into how this works with your coaching packages. All right, so let's answer the question, how long should a coaching package be? Knowing what I just showed you, okay, the perceived value, keep that in mind. So let's say we've got our first coaching package. Let's call this coaching package 1 or coaching package A. This is what most people do. They perceive value as time and things, which is basically more of everything. So just like the analogy I gave you before, in the terms of a coaching package, what we seem to think is, okay, Scott, I've heard you talk about raising your prices. I'm going to give my client more things because that's my perceived value. There's no way in the world, Scott, a client's going to pay $2,500 to work with me if all they get is just a couple of things. So I'm going to give them more time, more things, more workbooks, more homework, more of everything to really bloat the perceived value. So when my client collects this thing that I'm selling to them, they're getting a lot. I'm going to wow them with how much stuff they actually get for $2,500. And this is what it looks like, guys. More hours, more sessions, more time in the chair, more back and forward to your office, or even more time logging onto Skype or logging onto Zoom, more time with you. So more of everything. More workbooks, more journals, more thought journals, more things that clients have to do in between all of their sessions, all of their weeks and months and years working with you. More audios, more things for clientele to do. So even amongst the workbooks and the journals, now they have to listen to audios. More email access, which means that you're back and forth with your client every single day because you're trying to pump up this value. You've increased your price and now you're trying to pump up the value, you're trying to bloat this value. So more hours, more sessions, more workbook, more audio, more email access, maybe even access to like a Facebook group. So more interaction on Facebook, more things for your clientele to manage and juggle, more homework of everything we talked about. But here is the problem. More of everything causes friction. Here's the one thing I understand about clients. You guys will probably realize this yourself. People in general are lazy. They don't want to put a lot of effort into anything. I can guarantee that if you gave the option for a client to use less effort, but to get the same outcome, just like we talked about that dentist analogy, they're always going to go for the way that has less effort. Clients are time poor. Clients have families, clients have jobs, clients have careers, clients have whatever else they're doing in their life, their hobbies. They don't have time, nor would they want to be sitting with a coach or a therapist day after day, month after month, filling out workbooks, audio sheets, hours and time and homework, having to do all of these things if they can get the same result with package number 2, which I'm going to show you in a moment. So how does this work? And not even just the context of your client. How does this interrupt the flow of your business? Well, I want you guys to think of this. Let's say you've charged $2,500 for this, and this is like a 6 or 12 month package. Now what we have to do is take that $2,500 and distribute this over longer periods of time, which means you're actually paying yourself less. I'll give you the real example. So when I saw that package, I actually spoke to a coach about this who just before she joined my program, she was doing a 24-month package for $5,000. 24 months, 2 years for $5,000. Now, ideally, yes, logically, there's a lot of things. Client's going to see a lot of value, but I'm going to show you how this value actually diminishes the results as well. I'll show you this in a moment. So what does this mean? Well, I'll give you an example of what our package was about. It was one RTT session or one hypnotherapy session once a week. Okay, so 4 per month, 24 months. That's a lot of time. She also had a Facebook group where just for her clientele, she was doing one Facebook Live just for them every single week. They also had to fill out one workbook per month. They had to listen to one new audio per month. So she had to create 24 different audios, 24 different workbooks. Okay, so now the client has having to fill out workbooks and audios every month. They're having to speak to the therapist, the coach, once a week, over 4 weeks, over 12 months, a long amount of time. And there was so much back and forth with email access, with all this other stuff that she was trying to pump up the value. And the inevitable happened. When we actually distributed that $5,000 over 24 months, It was only a couple of dollars here or there per action. So the idea comes into it is the perceived value, the way that we perceive value is absolutely incorrect, because clients don't want to put a lot of effort in. Clients will always want results quicker. So how does this look in opposite to this with our second package? Well, if you're doing this first package here where it's more of everything, I hope this changes your mind, because you're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel and show you why doing it this way is going to help you grow your business and actually maintain your clients' higher results rate, and also increase that as well, which is going to be better for you in the long term. So let's call this package number 2, or package B. So I'm going to introduce you guys called something called the M.O.S value. So this is something that we created in a 100K coaching program. M.O.S stands for minimum optimum service. What's the minimum amount of time that you can spend with your clients to create the optimum service? Okay, well, the part of this, the M.O.S value, works like this. Instead of time, things, and more of everything, we actually do the opposite. So you have therapists and coaches, especially mentors in my position, screaming that it should be 6 months, 12 months, 24 months. You should have like a 6-month package, a 3-month package, 8-month package, 7.5-month package, 24 months, just more audios, more workbooks. We actually do the opposite. We're going for the minimum optimum service. This is our value. Our value is not in time and things. Our value comes down to speed, increased speed. Clients will always pay more to have their results quicker. Okay, you can't tell me there's nothing in your life that you've wanted quicker rather than, you know, a longer duration. So for the years and years and years that I work with stop smoking clients, I never once had a client say to me, you know what, Scott, I don't want to take your 45-minute session to quit smoking. I want to do it over 20 sessions. Let's just do it that way. Never happened. Clients came to me and said, I only have a certain amount of time. I want these results now. I don't have time to muck around. I just want to get this thing done. So you always want to try and increase speed as much as you can. Speed for the breakthrough. Now, I don't mean cutting corners. You have to do the type of therapy and use the proper techniques that you've been trained in, but you want to avoid bloating your sessions. So I've heard many horror stories from students that come into our program that have been told by other mentors that you should actually stretch out the duration with your clients so you can charge them more money. Now, talk about unethical, okay? You never want to be, or nor should you be. I mean, if you're doing that, you shouldn't be a coach or a therapist in the first place. But if you're adding, let's say, you know that you can have someone quit smoking in 2 sessions, but you sell them a 10-session package instead, shame on you. You shouldn't be doing it this way. Okay. So when we talk about raising your price and increasing the value, we're talking about increasing speed. We're not talking about increasing things. It's not more of everything. It's more speed. The next part is really, really important. Less moving parts. So what's a moving part? Well, a moving part is more sessions, more hours, more workbooks, more audios, more email access, more Facebook groups, more homework, and more of everything else. Anytime your client has to do more work than what is needed, there's a high chance of them dropping off and giving up. Now, if you've already been paid, you might be thinking, well, Scott, that doesn't really affect me that much. Well, I'm going to show you why it should affect you and why it will affect you. So least amount of moving parts and the least amount of effort. Okay, I'll give you the analogy of the perfect M.O.S value. Let's say, for example, you were working with a clientele who had a fear of flying. Let's just use that analogy. Okay, so a fear of flying. And there was 2 options for a client to take. They could go to a therapist for 2 sessions, pay $2,000, and the fear of flying would go away. But let's say you created like a pill. Okay, a pill which they only had to take once, and it was pretty much guaranteed. Well, it was guaranteed, just like your other sessions, guaranteed to overcome this fear of flying. And this is just an analogy, guys. Overcome the fear of flying. So the speed was there. 2 sessions over 1 pill. Okay, the pill's winning right now. Moving parts. Well, if there's 2 sessions, let's say a client has to come and see you face to face. They've got to leave their house, drive to your office, get the therapy, and drive home. That's quite a bit of effort. Okay, now, yeah, you could do it on Zoom or Skype, but there's still more effort than what I'm about to explain. So what's the moving parts with a pill? Well, put pill in between your fingers, put it in your mouth, glass of water, done. Least amount of moving parts, okay? And the moving parts leads into the effort. There's a lot less effort than a client driving a car compared to a client putting a pill in their mouth and swallowing. We always want to aim for something called pill form. Okay, and that's just an analogy. And it really encapsulates speed. the least amount of moving parts and the least amount of effort, which is totally different. Totally different. It's the absolute opposite to what most people are doing, what most other mentors are screaming that you should do. So we teach our students to do the MOS value, highly increase the speed, least amount of moving parts, and the least amount of effort for your clientele, but also you as well, to get things done immediately. So how does this work? Well, clients will always pay for speed. Just like before, I'm sure that if you're in a lot of pain in that dentist analogy and your mouth was just absolutely killing you, it was unbearable, you'd be happy to pay $2,500 if it meant within 20 minutes your mouth was completely healed. In contrast to $1,000, yeah, sure, it's less money, but it's going to take you 7 hours worth of work, plus all the time back and forth to the dentist, a lot of moving parts and a lot of effort on your behalf. Clients will always pay for speed. Here's the thing about longer durations of packages. You have a higher drop-off rate. So by having the MOS value instead, and what we call MOSing your service, minimum optimum service, you have a lower drop-off rate. So what does that mean? Anytime you have a client over extended periods of time, there's a longer chance of them getting bored, getting busy, changing their mind and dropping off. Now, sure, if you've already got paid, that's fine. But you want to start to think long-term. The way we want to look at clientele is in a few-fold. We don't just want to think of the immediate result, which is the money in your hands. We also want to think about the long-term effect of working with clientele. The quicker your clients have the results, the lower the chance of them dropping off, which means that's a higher chance of you getting testimonials in either written form, PM or email form, or even a client testimonial like we teach our students to do. I'm sure you guys have seen our student interviews. That's the same process. So you want to start to think of clients just outside of the income that you're getting from them. You want to start to think of in terms of testimonials. Ideally, you want to be getting paid by your clientele in full and getting a testimonial from each of your clients, because testimonials turn into new clients and referrals better than any source of marketing. So the shorter the speed, the lower the drop-off rate. The longer the length and duration of your coaching package, the higher the drop-off rate, which means less testimonials. Less effort all around from you and your client, okay? If that client has a choice between to do like a 6 or 8 week package with you, or just a 3 session, over the next 3 days type package with you, they're always going to go for that 3 day because it's less effort. So now you want to think about constructing your coaching package with speed, moving parts, and effort, and keep things down to the minimum. What's the least amount of moving parts that you can add to this package where your client's going to get the most results? Also, this gives you more time to onboard new clients. How on earth are you going to onboard new clients if you're having to spend 3 months, 6 months, 12 months with each client? You're going to run out of time to onboard new clientele. So you basically want to work with that individual, get them results quickly, give them their breakthrough and move on to the next client, because we always want to be building up our income and the speed. Differentiation in your market. This is a big one. Right now, I can guarantee if you go looking at coaches and therapists and hypnotherapists' websites, you even speak to colleagues of yours, I guarantee their value is in more time and more things, which mean their packages and programs are so bloated because that's the way that they perceive value. So what's going to be different for you? Well, if I stand you next to one therapist who's doing the work in 12 weeks and you're doing it within 2 sessions, you're going to get the clientele. And this differentiates your market from everyone doing the opposite, of everyone actually doing the longer term thing, adding more things while you're doing it shorter. You're offering your results quicker, and that's what clients want. And obviously, we have the distribution of your income over shorter periods of time. I don't know about you, but I'd rather collect more income and work less for it than have to distribute my income over longer periods of time and pay myself maybe $1 a day for it. Okay, that's our MOS value, which is speed increased, less moving parts, and less effort. It's distribution of your income over shorter periods of time. So what is the actual answer to all of this, guys? How long should a coaching package be? Well, the idea that we use for the duration of packages is what I call closest to 1. When it comes to sessions, if you can get a client's results in 1 session over 3, get it done in 1. You can still charge the same amount. You can actually increase your fees if you can offer their breakthrough quicker. It's been proven to work. Like we have students doing this right now, that their prices are 2, 3, 4, even 10 times higher than the average therapist, but actually working with their clients with a less amount of time. That's that MOS value that we've taught them to do. When it comes to a coaching package or like a program or something like this, closest to 1. Okay, now in some cases, you won't be able to get it to like 1 week if we're working in weeks with a coaching package. So ideally, the rule of thumb should be between 6 and 8 weeks, no longer. Whether it's face-to-face, it's an online program, anything over that 8-week, maybe even stretching it to 12, but that's still getting quite long. Anything further than that, you're going to be wasting your client's time. You're going to have to distribute your income over longer periods of time, and you're going to have to put so much extra work into this, but pay yourself little. Okay, so duration of package or sessions, guys, closest to 1. How quickly can you get it to that pill form? The easier and quicker you can get it to that pill form, that's how your business will start to grow. You'll be able to differentiate yourself in the market so clearly that word will start to spread that you're the person, you're the expert to go see. So guys, here's, as I wrap this up, don't fall for the trap of what the other mentors are maybe telling you, which is value is more time, more things. You know, if I can do a session in 1, I'm just going to sell them a 10-pack so I can get more money out of them. Don't do this stuff, guys. Keep your ethics and make sure you're giving your clients their results quicker, speed increase, less amount of moving parts, and less effort on both parties. That's how long a coaching package should be. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this was worthwhile your time and it gave you some insights of how long a coaching package should be. If you have any further questions, just be sure to type them in the comment box below this video. I'm always happy to answer them. And guys, that's all from me for today. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.